Anna Wiejak, magazyn Optyka Schumana. Jesteśmy na forum ekonomicznym w Karpaczu po panelu organizowanym przez Instytut Myśli Schumana, Schuman Trimarium Forum. Z nami jest pan profesor Pablo de la Fuente, specjalista do spraw bezpieczeństwa. Good afternoon, Professor. It's great to see you here.
Thank you very much.
I have one question because we don't have much time. I would like to ask you about the common European defense policy. Is it a good way? Because in the terms of crises which we had in Europe last years, we saw that all reactions on this crisis were paralyzed, in fact, at the beginning, and we can expect that will be the same with the common defense policy.
Well, first of all, we compare nowadays the big geopolitical and military problem is the war in Ukraine, and also in this president, in these conferences, in a lot of panels, talk about the next war against the NATO and the provision of a conventional defense. No? During the period of the Cold War, that's true that the NATO has conventional forces for preventing an invasion, and the relationship, a nuclear war doesn't start tomorrow, no? Has a crisis, and there are several levels of the crisis. But always, at the moment that the Soviet Union during the Cold War deployed 30 divisions in the border with Germany, always at the moment that the NATO was not able to defend the territory against the path of wars or conventional forces, was the nuclear the nuclear response. That was the policy of deterrence. For me, in this conference, one of the problems is that sometimes it's more important the things that the political responsibles and the generals doesn't talk about than the questions that they put on the table. No. I think that the most important shield of the NATO is the nuclear deterrence, and for me, all the previsions now is a war in 10 years in a scenario, a conventional scenario, forgetting the Article 4 and the Article 5 of the Treaty of Washington.
Yes, but we have, like you said, we have NATO, we have a policy of deterrence, and why, in fact, European Union wants to be like NATO? Is it a kind of race between these two institutions, or the case is deeper?
No, it's the case that on the military, the military defense of the Europe from the Second World War depend on the Americans. Always the supreme commander of the forces of the NATO is an American general, and for example, for our public, the military budget of defense nowadays is the budget of the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the 10th multiplied by 2. In military terms, nowadays the European armed forces are absolutely nothing we compare with the power of the United States, and that finally is the result that NATO is an organization completely controlled by the United States.
Thank you very much, Professor.
You're welcome.
Dziękuję również Państwu.